Good morning. This is Wild Bloom Homestead, where my garden is a reflection of my wild heart. I just wanted to say good morning. I have not made any videos for 3 years. I guess this would be my third year because I was going to attempt in 2020 when the big kickoff happened of all the videos. And I thought, as I learn and grow, maybe people would want to go with me. And then just life, time constraints, being depressed maybe. I just didn't do it. It would be a huge commitment to do the videos all the time. Well, today I thought, after having lunch with a couple of coworkers and just kind of getting my heart thrill, my heart passion about gardening and what it's done for me, and just the homesteading life, the genre in general, how it has spoke to my heart. So what I thought I would do is show you what a Saturday morning for me is like. Bedhead, my house is in disarray. And when I say disarray, I mean disarray. This is real life, okay? No makeup, bedhead, and here we go. I lost my lid to my roaster, so I use foil. Yes, that my husband and I do that. We're empty nesters. So we don't have little ones with chalkboard, but I do have grandchildren. Very precious grandchildren, and once I get their parents' permission, I will share those pictures of those, but I have 3 and 1 on the way. So we just found out we're going to be grandparents again for the third time around. And you know, how great is it that God fills your house? Like, how much of a blessing is that, really? In a time when our world is just crazy. How awesome is that? Anyway, I live in, I guess, what would be considered suburbia, and have a dream. My heart is country. I have a dream of Kentucky and rolling hills or West Virginia. And whether my husband and I will actually ever get there, who knows? But that's where my heart's passion is. So back to my roaster. This is a roasting foil lid because I ruined the top of my lid one year at a holiday cooking a roaster. And it was like the paint on it, the white stuff, it marbled and then it melted. It concerned me, so I just threw it away. And I was like, I'll just put foil on it. So what's in here is I have emptied out, and it was full. Like, it was up to here, full of last year's tomatoes, peppers, onions, and things that had just been sitting in my freezer. And I threw in, believe it or not, I'll see if you can see them still. Pull this off. I threw in, believe it or not, apples. Like, there's apples in there, but like, it's hard to see because it's kind of been in the sauce. But that's an apple. And I got to thinking, like, people put brown sugar sometimes, or regular sugar in their tomato sauces. And I'm trying really hard to get away from a lot of sugar, so I was like, hey, I've got 10 apples in here. I'm going to throw them in there. So I'll let you know how it turns out. But, so, went to bed last night, filled this up, put the foil on it, got up this morning. This is where we're at. So it's about to the point where I'm going to run it through the mill and get out all the skins and all that stuff. A lot of people I've seen on other channels use an immersion blender, and I'm not against that. I've done that too. I'm just not with this one because there's seeds and like apple seeds and other things in there that I'm not worried about. The other thing I'm doing this morning before I even get my face washed, again, real life, don't judge me for my kitchen. It doesn't always look like this. So I'm going to span around and I'm going to show you. I have oiled a pan. And I know I just said we're watching our sugar, but we do still eat some. So I had made this pizza dough. I found that in the back of the freezer with all my fruits and vegetables. And I was like, I wonder if I can get that to come back to life. This is an experiment. I'm going to try it. I've oiled my bowl. I'm going to dump the pizza dough back in there. I'm going to see if it like puffs up a little bit and I can punch it down. So be back in a minute. Okay, so I took it. It came right out of that bag, like super easy. And it's still, like, if you can see it, it's still very elastic. So I am going to let this go, let it do its thing. I'm going to cover it with a towel and put it where I think it's warm in here. We're in Ohio. It is April 29th, and it's going to be semi-warm today, but we still have our heat on because I'm a chicken butt and I got cold. So, okay, I've put it right there. It's near my heater, but it's got the vent things underneath it to kind of disperse the heat. So I'll check it and keep my eye on it if the heat actually even kicks on. It's pretty warm in here. Here is that sign again. Like, my husband put that on there for me 5 years ago. And it was during a time of just great sadness. I guess it wouldn't be 5 years ago. I guess it would be more 4. I went through empty nest. It was a real deal. And one day I'll share more about that and what I feel like the Lord kind of spoke to me to get into this gardening stuff anyway, which ended up saving me and my family a lot of time and money because I did during the whole big COVID era. So, and then this is just something I left for my husband the other day when I cleaned it off, and I don't know, we're silly like that. So again, real life, went to bed, pitcher of water on the counter, towel hanging in my Instapot, all my bags from where I emptied out the freezer, dishes in the sink. But this is what I had been working on yesterday. Is this bucket is my honey bucket that I get from a great farmer. And I will link his information below in case you wanted to reach out to him. But I temp the honey, which means I slowly melt the crystallized honey, and I re-jar it just to get it back to like a liquid state. I found this very interesting though this time. When I re-temped it, I got all this delicious foam, and I tasted it. I Googled it because who doesn't Google anything they don't know these days? And it's actually edible and very, very sweet. Though, again, because we're watching the sugars, we don't eat a lot of it, so it lasts us a while. The reason I get this amount is because I make medicines. Because I refuse to buy the stuff at the store anymore, especially when people mad rush and they empty the shelves. And I definitely don't want my children, even though they're adults, or my grandchildren, to ever be without a cough syrup or a decongestant or homemade antibiotics if I can help it. And I'm not speaking against the medical world. I think they do marvelous things. They just did great things for my husband, who just had some heart issues. So it's very controversial, and I'm not going to go over that debate. But here we are. This is my kitchen. I'm inviting you into my world, which is a huge step to me because I am extremely backwards person, and I don't like people to like look at my life and like judge it. But this, I literally have a very teeny tiny kitchen. Lots and lots of flaws. We live in a very old house. Matter of fact, here's a big flaw now, is our ceiling. My sweet husband, who hopefully you'll get to see his face on here every once in a while, just put these cabinets in for me. He's getting ready to do this around the whole kitchen. He's going to go all the way around and get rid of this like uneven stuff, and he's going to change out my layout to make it more processing friendly for me. But he had just got this done, and our ceiling dropped. We were like, what the mess? Anyway, this is my life. This is who I am. I'm putting it out there. I hope you guys will stop by and watch Wild Bloom Homestead. We'll learn together, grow together, and maybe your heart beats a little wild like mine. Have a great day.